Happy Tuesday, I believe it is. Hope everyone's doing really well today. We are going to do our Tuesday power yoga once again and involve some core work in there. We're going to be running from about 12:10 until roughly 12:45. And yes, ready team. So my name is Martine, and I just wanted to add before we get going that please make sure that you have consulted a physician or a medical professional before starting any new exercise or exercise program rather, especially if you have any known medical conditions or perhaps you're pregnant. Also, if you feel faint or if you feel dizzy at any time, please stop right away. And we are unable to assume any liability for incident or injury. Hi, Ina. How are you today? So glad you could join. Thanks for the heart. Also, if you are there, please say hello. I love knowing who's there so I can talk to you during the class. Makes me feel like we're all together, even though I know you're there. Let's see here. I don't have anything interesting to tell you guys today, other than we've got maybe 90 seconds before we get going. I think that I single-handedly have kept Skip the Dishes, DoorDash, and Uber Eats in business throughout this 8-week period of time that we've been home. So if anybody knows someone who works for those companies, tell them I said you're welcome. Gosh, I don't even know if I remember how to use a knife anymore to chop onions. It's fantastic. Cool. So, hi, Julia. Are you guys ready? All right. What do you need today? Nothing. Nothing exciting. Just yourself and a mat. I like to, oh, you can't see, it's not in the view. I have a little tea towel shaped, it's like a yoga towel, but you can use any towel because sometimes when your hands get a little sweaty because you're working super hard, you start kind of slipping on the mat. So just make sure that's close by in case you have the same problem. Are you ready? It's time. Okay, come up to the front of your space. Just stand however it's comfortable, however it's natural. And I want you to think about pulling the front of the body in. All right, so imagine you're standing up against a wall and just start drawing everything in towards that wall. Roll your shoulders back and just stay here, stay relaxed. Press actively down into your feet so that the legs feel nice and strong. And you may, because you've been pulling everything in, you might feel this tilt of your pelvis. I want you to hold that as you keep your legs nice and strong. Hands to your heart. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. So at your own time, we're all breathing at different times. Just make sure it's smooth and steady. Beautiful. So all we're trying to do is come into the present moment, leave everything else off your mat, and just take this next 30 to 35 minutes for you. So continue with that beautiful deep breathing. There we go. Open your eyes here and drop your arms down by your side. It's going to be a lot of flow today, so hold child's pose at any time. Take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to. Hands to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, step back into your plank. Slowly lower down, knees or toes, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog and hold. From here, I'd like you to inhale back into your plank position, and then exhale, use your abdominals to lift up and back, downward dog. 4 more of those. Inhale, plank, and push back into downward facing dog. Last 3, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last 2. And 1. From downward facing dog, I want you to look up in between those hands. On the inhale, step, hop, or jump, keep looking up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way back up. Exhale, hands are down by your side. Good, let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, keep those abs nice and strong, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, hands come down, you step back and lower down. Tricep push-up, chaturanga, hover if you can. Inhale, upward dog, belly button to spine. Exhale, downward dog. Hold here for just a moment. Let's see if we can do this with the right leg up off the floor. So inhale into plank. Exhale, press back, one-legged dog. Keep that right leg up there. Inhale, plank. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, press it back. One more time. Inhale into your plank. And exhale, drop your foot down. Look up in between your hands. Inhale, step, hop, keep looking up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms come all the way back up. And exhale, hands are by your side. All right, guys, we're gonna do that one more time. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come all the way, hands to the floor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back into your plank, slowly lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So remember, you can see with the first version, this time left leg comes up towards the ceiling. 5 of them all together. Inhale, plank. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, one-legged plank. Left leg stays off the floor. Exhale, one-legged dog. Inhale, 3. And inhale, 2. Inhale, 1. And put that left foot back on the floor. Look up in between your hands. On your next inhale, step, hop, or jump the feet up. And then exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms reach up. Keep looking up towards those thumbs. And then exhale, hands are by your side. How was that? Okay, you're warm now, I bet. Big toes are together. You're gonna inhale, sit back into your imaginary chair. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale to look forward, flat back. Exhale, step, hop, or jump back into plank and keep lowering down. Inhaling, upward dog. Squeeze the abs in. Exhale, downward dog. You're gonna take your right foot up in between your hands, your left heel's off the floor. So you're in a high lunge. You can drop the left knee down at any time. On the inhale, reach the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor, step back into plank, and lower chaturanga. Nice work. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time, the left foot comes up in between your hands. Inhale, high lunge. On your next exhale, take those hands right back down to the floor, stepping into plank, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Nice. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Take this time to catch your breath. And on your next exhale, look up. Inhale, step or hop the feet forward, big toes together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sitting back into your chair. And then exhale, stand. And again, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hands come down, fold. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears, flat back. Exhale, step back, slowly lower down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot comes up. Inhale, high lunge. Reach up. This time, you're gonna exhale, take the left hand down to the floor. Inhale, reach that right arm up. And then exhale, hands are down. Step back, lower slowly. Inhale, upward dog. Smile, exhale, downward dog. Left foot up in between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Woo, falling. Exhale, right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up, a little bit of a spinal twist. Exhale, left hand down, stepping into your plank. And hold it. Hold it. Knees or toes, hands or elbows. We're gonna stay here for another 5 long breaths. So let's pull those shoulders away from the ears. So notice if they're creeping up around your ears, pull them away. That was 1 breath. Let's see if we can lower those hips down. That was 2. 3. Almost there. 4. And 5. Press it back into child's pose just for a moment. But we don't stop there. You're gonna look up in between those hands, come into your modified plank, curl the toes under and shift the hips back into downward dog. Look up in between those hands. You're gonna take your right leg up towards the ceiling and bring your right knee to your right elbow. Back into downward dog. Bring your right knee to your left elbow. Back into downward dog and put the right foot on the floor. Left leg up. Left knee, left elbow. Press it back. Left knee, right elbow. Press it back. Feet are on the floor. And walk your feet all the way back up to the front of your space. Exhale, fold. I want you to shake your head yes, shake your head no. Make sure you're not holding any tension up there. Sit those hips down as much as you can. Keep your hands on the floor for now. Ooh, there it is. Okay, squeeze the inner thighs together as you reach the arms up, and we hold here for 5 breaths. So find a way to tuck the hips under and squeeze in the abdominals and sit into those heels. If it's more comfortable for you to have your hands right in front of your heart, absolutely do that. And 3 more breaths. Last 2. And 1. Okay, I think we're warm. I'm just gonna turn this way. You're gonna take a big step back with your right foot. And now you're in a big star shape. Arms out along the horizon. On your exhale, take your hands down, shoulder width apart, and hang here. So the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Okay, and you're pressing into the inside edges of your feet. You just don't wanna roll over onto the outer edges. Allow gravity to pull the crown of your head down towards the floor. So let your spine lengthen here. If this is too intense for the back of your legs, just bend your knees. Now, with the fingers pointing in the same direction as your toes, can you walk your hands back? So keep the entire palm of the hand pressing into the floor and hold. Nod your chin towards your chest. Keep the back of your neck long. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stay there. Grab your waist and inhale, come all the way up to stand and stay right here. You're going to turn your right foot to face whatever side of the mat it's facing. Triangle pose. Arms out along the horizon. And I always like to say, shift that left hip out like you're giving attitude. Draw the abdominals in. So immediately, before we even go anywhere, you want those ribs in to take the arching out of that lower back. You're gonna reach through that right hand as much as possible without losing that work right here. And then you'll take your right hand down wherever it lands on top of your leg, maybe the foot. But notice, as you bring your arm down, if your body starts to turn towards the floor, you want to keep that body up against an imaginary wall and the other arm's reaching up towards the ceiling. Relax that right shoulder. Put a little bit of a bend in your right elbow as you look up towards your left thumb. Now, if that hurts your neck, look at the floor. Perfect. Press down into your right big toe. Keep drawing the ribs in, squeezing the abdominals in. Oh, you should feel a nice stretch maybe in the hip, maybe in your inner thigh. Keep breathing. Doing great. On the exhale, you look down. Inhale, come all the way upright and pivot on your heels. Now the left foot's facing in whichever direction you're looking there. Arms out along the horizon. Let's shoot the hips out. Reach forward through that left arm. Oh, it's really tight in here today. Let's take the left hand down on top of your leg. Wherever it lands, relax the shoulder. Ooh, reach the arm up towards the ceiling. So you're pressing into your left big toe now. Good stuff. If you can grab onto your big toe using your middle and index finger, you go for it. Keep the gaze on your thumb or down at the floor. And on your next exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And you're facing front again. You're going to turn those right toes towards that edge of the mat once again. Your left toes are going to follow suit. So if there is a piece of tape or a line coming from your right ankle all the way back, I want your left foot on the left side of that line. From here, you're going to turn the left hip forward, squaring the hips towards whatever direction you're looking at. And you're going to reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. Pull your right hip back as you start to tip forward at the hip. If you want to hold on to a chair or a couch, or maybe just get the fingertips to the floor for now, that's great. Otherwise, can you get the left hand down? Maybe the entire palm can come down, maybe just the fingertips. Then you're going to take that right arm and reach it up towards the ceiling into reverse triangle. All right, just checking on you guys every now and then. Looks good. So right foot forward, left foot's back. Excellent. If you want to hold something underneath that left hand, you can do that as well. If that's hurting your shoulder, just drop your right hand down on top of your hip wherever you want. Continue pulling that right hip back. Left hip comes forward. All right, exhale to look down. Inhale, windmill the arms around. And I want you to step your feet together. Here we go. Take your feet out wide once again because we have to do the other side. Left foot faces in whichever direction it's going. You're going to turn the right toes in to allow your hips to square off to the back of the mat as well. Don't forget, you want that right foot on the right side of your imaginary line. Right hip forward, left hip back. So you're going to internally rotate that right leg. Reach the right arm up and start tipping forward at the hip. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. And you are now a pretzel. Notice where you feel this. So do you feel this more in the lower back, your glutes, your hips? And I want you to breathe through it. Notice if you're breathing very quickly, try to at least lengthen those breaths for a count of 3 or 4. And then you want to match the length of your inhale to the length of your exhale. There's a lot going on. Cool. One more breath. All right, and we're gonna slowly inhale, windmill out of it, and exhale, step your feet together at the front of your mat, wherever it is. Cool. Plant that right foot firmly down into the floor, and you're gonna bring your left knee towards your chest. There we go. You're gonna cross your left foot over your right thigh, one hand on your knee, one hand on your ankle. If you need to hold onto the wall, a chair, your couch, an ottoman, a coffee table, doesn't matter what, you do it. So, for now, we stay here. If it's available, you can bring the elbows down on top of your knee and your ankle. And if it's available, once again, reach down towards the floor. So you're still in a little bit of a seated position, feeling this stretch in the glutes. If you can, you start working on straightening that standing leg and coming into a one-legged forward bend. The goal here is to feel the work in the glutes and the hip, maybe the lower back, and find a way to breathe through the sensations I know you're feeling. So I hope your right foot's feeling good. We're going to be doing a lot of balancing on that one side before you get to shake it out and switch. I want you to walk yourself out of it until you are hands on knee and ankle. And then you're going to come off with the hands. You're still in that standing position and hold the knee just like we did before. Okay, hands on your hips and you stay right here. Another core exercise. So if it's available, you're going to straighten that leg and point. Pointing your foot's going to activate the muscles in that leg, and I want you to pull the leg back in towards you. Sometimes we see this forward leaning going on as your leg is extending, but squeeze it in, lift with your hip flexors, butt's working, standing leg is working. Oh, let's go. 3, 2, and release. Other leg. So crossing your foot over your left leg this time. Hand, hand, maybe your elbows, maybe the fingertips, and maybe a one-legged forward bend. Okay, so this is your practice today. You get to take it to whichever option feels best for you. And notice if one side's a lot tighter than the other. Okay, one more deep breath in. One more exhale out. And then on your next inhale, you'll slowly walk yourself out of it. All right, knee comes in once again. Hands on your hips. You can keep that knee here, still working the abdominals. Or you can start straightening the leg out and point. So while we're here, I'm just going to ramble along, but sometimes we equate feeling a burn in the abdominals with ab work. A lot of different exercises that we do that use core and abdominals that you don't even feel any work happening. Like this one, you're feeling it all in the hip flexors. If you can use those abs to lift a little higher, shaky, shaky, and let it go. Whew. Okay. I'm just shaking because that was a tough one. Feet together at the front of your space. Let's take that deep breath in once again. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back into your plank. And come onto the right side for a side plank. You can do this one on your hand or your elbow, and you can do this one on your knee, or you can have 2 straight legs. All right, I want you just to hold in a side plank. You can reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. I'm lifting my left leg up to make a big star shape. You can do that with a straight leg. You can take the foot on top into like a sideline tree pose and hold it. Okay, there's a string attached to that left hip and it's pulling it away from the floor. Can you also squeeze your right bum cheek? Look at the floor, look at your hand, look at me, look at whatever you'd like. Pull the belly button in, push the hips forward towards the screen. Your top leg is gonna come behind. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see very well. So I'm pushing my left heel down into the floor. I'm going to take my left hand behind my head. On the exhale, bring your left elbow, right knee in. Inhale, lengthen out. Let's do that 5 times. Exhale, 5. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 3. And 2. And 1. You're in your side plank. Roll over into the front plank. And then roll over onto the other side. And we're just going to hold there. Excellent. I'm just checking to see if anybody is asking for modifications. Anyone's having trouble, but you all look or seem amazing. I can't see you. I wish I could see you. Hold it. Lift those hips up. Maybe you're in that side tree pose. Okay, let's take that top foot behind the back knee, right hand behind your head. On the exhale, remember we have 5 of them. Elbow to knee, inhale out. 4, good. 3, whoops. 2, and 1. All right, come into a seated position. Grab some water if you need it. Alrighty. Okay, so from here, your legs are gonna come straight out in front of you. You're gonna inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, grab onto whatever is within reaching distance. Okay. So you can grab over onto the big toes using your middle and index finger. Just wrap around the big toes. You can grab over onto the outsides of your feet. And remember, you can always bend the knees too, especially if you're having any lower back pain today. And hold it. However, we're gonna come from this hunched over position and pull the shoulders away from your ears. Amazing. Okay, we did a forward bend. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a back bend. So hands are coming behind you, 6 inches or so, fingers pointing towards the feet. Let's roll the heads of the shoulders forward. Keep your knees bent and your feet hip width apart. Lift the hips up. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna turn my fingers to face a little bit more out to the sides, just I'm nursing a shoulder injury. So if it feels better for you also to open your fingers out to the sides a little bit, you can do that also. Just be careful that you're not pulling the heads of the shoulders away from your chest too much. Exhale, let's see if you can touch your opposite knee. Inhale, back down. Opposite knee, and back down. So now, I'm dropping my hips. So feel free to do the same. We have 5 and 4. Last 3, last 2, and 1. Hands back down, feet back down, and lift. Squeeze your bum, keep those abs in. That's 3 more. Last 2, and 1. Dropping the hips, perfect. Okay, a little bit more balancing on our bums. So you're gonna grab onto those big toes using your middle and index fingers, and you're gonna stay right here. Lift out of your hips, lift out of your lower back. Maybe you can lift both or 1 foot off the floor. I want you to think about maintaining a connection between the shoulder blades. So don't let them come apart and round. Keep lifting with your sternum, lift with your heart. I'm sure some of you are already there, but one leg is out straight, maybe both. Instead of flexing, can you point and then bend your elbows? Let's use those biceps. Find your balance. Can you scoop in the lower abdominals? Oop. Okay, 2 more breaths. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Last time, inhale, exhale, and that's it. Perfect. Okay, so from here, you're gonna bring your left foot into your right inner thigh, and you're square towards the front of your space. Going to inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, reach it forward. Using a towel even if you want, and stay right there. So this one is one of my favorites. I'm sure you've noticed we do it every single time. So you're going to dig your heel into your inner thigh as you draw the belly button down, chin forward. Alrighty. By digging your heel into the inner thigh, it's going to encourage that knee down towards the floor. So this was one of my favorites as well. When we were in class, I'd walk around, I'd hold your lower back and your hips in place, and then I'd apply some pressure onto that leg to help encourage the knee down. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. So what you're trying to do now is help encourage that knee down by yourself. If you can hold on to whatever you're holding on to and press down with that hand, feel free. Okay. On your next inhale, you're up and we're switching. Foot presses into the inner thigh, square the hips off. Pull that heel in towards you as much as you can. Reach forward, grab onto whatever you can hang on to. And let's come into a forward bend. Maybe you want to push that knee down yourself there. If you have any pets at home, maybe you can train them to give you yoga adjustments. Give you a little push. Okay, almost there. Keep digging the heel into your inner thigh. Keep lifting the belly button in towards your spine. So I want you to pretend you have to go to the washroom, but you're not allowed to leave your mat. You got to squeeze it in and hold it. Keep reaching forward with your chin. And on your next inhale, that's that. Okay, what time is it, Mr. Wolf? Make your way down onto your back. Excellent, okay. Draw your knees in, just give it a rock from side to side. Lengthen your left leg straight out along the floor and keep pulling your knee in towards your chest. I want you to feel a lengthening in the front of your left hip. So we did a lot of hip flexor work today, so let's lengthen there. Relax your shoulders now. Take your right arm out to the side and bring that right leg across to the left. Doesn't have to be a lot, you just want to feel a very gentle spinal twist. Turn your head to look to the right as well. And make your way back to center, switch legs. Right leg straight, left knee is bent. Relax your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. And go ahead now and bring your left knee across to the right. And from here, bring yourself back to center. Take a full body stretch out through your fingers, out through your toes. And let it go. Roll over onto one side so you can come up to a seated position. Okay, sit up as tall as you can, and you're going to stretch one side of your neck. So think about ear to shoulder, relax the other arm that's not doing anything. This is completely optional. It's just adding a little bit more of a pull if you need it. But focus more on pushing that shoulder down and away. Now what happens, where do you feel it if you look up towards the ceiling a little bit, right? So your chin's coming up towards the ceiling a little bit. Do you feel it more coming down the front of your neck? Maybe, maybe not. Breathe. Now you're going to very slowly turn your gaze down towards your armpit and bring your chin to your collarbone. The arm that you're looking away from comes behind you. And notice where you feel this. And roll your chin down to center, looking straight at the floor, and look back up. Other side. Ear to shoulder to start. I've been also spending a lot of time typing away at the computer, so I'm feeling tension and tightness in the upper back now. So let's gently look up towards the ceiling a little bit. Chin lifts. And just think happy thoughts. As you exhale, slowly turn your gaze down towards the armpit, chin to the collarbone. The arm that you're looking away from comes behind your back. Roll your chin down to center, hands on your knees. Hold here. Then slowly look up. Roll your shoulders backwards a few times. Take a deep breath in. And then an exhale out. Namaste. May the light within me salute the light within you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay safe, stay well, and I really hope we get to see each other very soon. Take care. I'm gonna come mosey on over so I can say goodbye. Denise, were you there today? Here we go. All right, bye Ina and Julia. Thank you for coming, and thank you to the others who were here and didn't say hello. Say hi next time. Let's see, what do these buttons do? Oh, cool. All right, guys, take care. Oh, no, I can't end it. Elena, I'm pressing too many buttons. You're welcome, Julia. Oh, Helen, thanks for coming.